Hey everyone, it's Casey, and I'm here to bring you another DC update in the midst of all of my packing. I know it's gotten down to the wire because it's the last week, and I definitely have not done enough video updates to keep everybody informed about what all I've been doing. But I'm here to try to wrap it up in a series of maybe 3 videos so that everyone will know what I've been doing leading up into this week, which is the week I go back to Alabama. Woohoo! So my room is a complete wreck. You can probably see all the garbage bags and stuff going on behind me. I was going to take this video outside, but it's unfortunately starting to rain, so can't do that. But maybe another video if I have any more time before I leave in like 2 days. But anyways, we'll get going. First thing I was going to talk about was this fireworks show that my friends and I went to on the waterfront here in DC. It was something to kick off cherry blossom season. So we went out to the waterfront metro stop, and there they had like live music, and they had families going around everywhere, and they had little food trucks. And so you could just like kind of walk around and get some food and hang out with everybody until the fireworks show. So we did that and watched that, and that was really cool. And that just kind of kicked off cherry blossom season, which they kind of like to spread out over, a 2 or 3 week period, even though cherry blossoms, like I've said before, are just here and gone. But that was really fun, and yeah, I'm glad I got to do that. So did that, and the next day actually, my parents actually flew in that night. So the next day, met up with them, and we got an early start. I was really pumped to see them since they were the first family I'd had come up. And they came at the right time because we all went out to the tidal basin and got to see the cherry blossoms again. So they got to see all of those. And we also did a DC Harbor cruise that night, which was really fun. We had gotten this Groupon that said, come join us on the Potomac River, and we'll show you the sights of DC and DC at night. So we went and got on this cruise, and it was actually at the same place where we had the fireworks the night before, and took off. And it was a pretty brisk night, but it was really beautiful. They went out they kind of went in the opposite direction of the city, out kind of towards Ronald Reagan Airport, which is kind of a weird route, but it was really beautiful because we watched the sunset over there. Even though I would have liked to have gotten a little closer to the city to kind of see like the monuments lit up, we didn't do that, but it was still a really fun experience, and we got a really good deal on it. So I'm glad we checked that out and tried it. So anyways, did that, and the next day after that, we went on a trolley tour around the city. They have these trolley tours that you can sign up for either online, or they have like a trolley booth inside Union Station, and they take you around all the highlights, and they have people that will do a tour with you. And I actually think locals get them for free. I read that somewhere, so I don't know if that's actually true, but I'm definitely going to look it up. So if I ever move here again, I will definitely be taking the trolley. So we stood in line for that, and we got one of these group deals where you could buy, for the price of 1 day, you could get 2 days. So we did that, and we got on, and our driver was Jazzy Jan. Jazzy Jan made everything really fun, and Jazzy Jan, we cracked up because she would be doing her tour, she would be talking, and she'd be like, and over here we have excuse me, sir, are you going to speed up or slow down or let me in? She would just start talking to the traffic, like in the middle of her whole spiel about, what we were actually seeing. So we all laughed about that because, she's just going along, and all of a sudden mid-sentence, she just starts talking to all the drivers. And I kind of identify with that because I definitely do the same thing. But so she was a treat, and she started, going really fast on the highway, and she's like, I'll bet y'all guys didn't know that, this old girl could push 40, did you? So she was delightful, and the rest of we switched off a couple of times because there's several lines that you can get on for the trolley. And so we drove around the main spots that we saw. We just saw kind of all the monuments on the trolley. We didn't really get off to go see any of them because we knew that would kind of deter us from our main attraction that we were going to, which was the National Cathedral. So we switched lines, and they drove us all the way up there, and we got dropped off at the National Cathedral, which they tell you can get there by metro, but you'd be still walking about a mile or so through residential neighborhoods to try to get up there. And it is the highest point in DC, so you'll also be walking uphill. So the trolley, I would imagine, is probably the way to go if you don't want to do a lot of walking. But it was a beautiful day, great weather, and we went out there and inside the cathedral. And the cathedral is beautiful. They have so many stained glass windows, and I imagine that in the afternoon and the morning when the sun's hitting either side is probably when it's most beautiful, since the colors would be shining through that way. We had gotten there kind of like midday, so the colors weren't quite as bright as I think they could have been, but it was still gorgeous. I would suggest anybody go to the National Cathedral. Really worth it. So we saw that, and after that, we went down Embassy Row, and this guy, we had a different driver at this point, way impressive. Like, we are flying down Embassy Road, and he is like whipping out the names, like here, there, and I mean, I can't remember how many named off, but like I would have been completely out of breath like after like 16 of them, and he was just flying through them. So that was great. I mean, really, that trolley, you hit up everything you could possibly want to see, and you're welcome to jump, hop on, hop off. The only thing was that weekend is there were so many people in for cherry blossom season that sometimes people had to kind of wait a little bit longer because there weren't enough seats and nobody was getting off. So as Jazzy Jane reminded us, there will be delays, there will be lines because it's cherry blossom season and there are, thousands of people coming in. So that might have been, a little bit of an issue, but other than that, really great. Do the trolley. Also, after that, we just kind of busted around the city and saw a few more of the sites. We kind of ended the day at Beer World. I think I've mentioned Beer World before. It's in Chinatown. And the reason it was great that day is because finally it was warm enough to go and sit outside that area of Beer World where they have like covered patio seating. So we went out there and it was just really nice. Like, it was just great weather, and we were there during happy hour, so they had really great specials, and like it's Beer World, so they have many different kinds of beers, many beers my dad had never heard of, so I think he really enjoyed that, just getting to try some different stuff. Let's see, the next day we went to go get my parents their Library of Congress cards, which was really fun. So we all got to go into the reading room and at the Library of Congress, and they got to see that, which was kind of like one of their goals for coming here. And I know one of my very first videos I had done was about getting my library card. So anyone can do it, honestly. You just have to know where to go, and just call me if you want to know what room, what place. I'll tell you all about it. So anyways, I'm going to end it there because this has become a very long video, as they all are, but just wanted to fill y'all in about that. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and talk to y'all soon. Bye.